Hi, my name is Wilx, and this is episode 5 of Project Ozone 3 Kappa mode. Today we're going to make an atomic reconstructor so we can make a fluid placer. We're also going to deal with some wireless RF. We'll make a wireless RF battery and the connectors for that as well. Those can only handle 80 RF per tick, so we're also going to make some Spectre Injector, Specter Coils, and a Specter Charger. And then, so that we can make an alloy smelter, we're going to first make some Dawnstone Ingots, and then eventually we'll make an emerald cobble gen as well. Now, some of you might be noticing that my voice sounds a little different. I don't think it sounds very much different, but you might. The most important thing is the people that were hearing noise before, are you hearing less noise now? Because Handa Code in the comments said, what I should do if I can't afford new hardware to fix this problem is get Voice Meter Banana, combine that with Cantable Light and Reefer, and have it filter out the noise from my mic before it gets recorded. And so I did all that. It took me a day or two to figure that one out. That was a bitch. But anyways, from there, I hope that I've at least reduced the amount of noise that you're hearing. It's hard for me to tell. I can't hear the noise at all. So it's sort of like a blind man learning to drive a car. You can tell him, turn right, turn left, but how much? Anyways. So let me know if that helped at all, if you were hearing the noise before, whether my voice still sounds as good as it used to, or as bad as it used to, whatever. And let me know in the comments. Next up, Mr. Jordan made a suggestion in the comments of something I could have done better, or cheaper, simpler, anyways. I didn't need this at all. Unnecessary. What we can do instead is if we take a lever and we put the lever down there and we turn it on, then what happens is whenever the thing breaks, let's break it once, as you can see, it instantly places another one down there. So, and it only goes off when it needs to. Perfect. Costs less, and I don't get the annoying noise. All right, next up was Nicholas Lohman suggested I should have used the bag openers, not chests. I've done it so many times before with bag openers. How did I ever forget? Anyway, so I did. I've got nether stars out of most of them now, and I've been refilling it with more patient bags. So lots of them have given me nether stars. I've already used one. Since the last episode, I did do an update, and a few things changed. For instance, there should be no surprise that these changed. So the enhanced energy conduit is now this recipe where you got to go through each of the different levels and do it that way instead of what I did. So I ripped it all out because I couldn't even make any of them at this point, and replaced them with hard and flux duct, which are easy to make. Threw the other stuff away. Another thing that changed was the quantum tank. We knew that was going to change. It's now this recipe here. So I replaced all my quantum tanks as well. Let's see. The one other thing that changed was I had originally wanted the pink slime to do a laser drill, and it changed completely. Now it needs boron, it needs mechanism, it needs pneumaticraft, it needs all sorts of things. And one of the reasons I want the laser drill is so I can get boron. Well, got to get there a different way now. A couple of different ways to get boron. Why don't I have that up there? Boron. Got to use the laser drill. Notice there are no whatchamacallits, no sieving for it. We could use boron seeds, but that's fairly involved to get to those seeds. And one of the things I want right now is lots of diamonds. That was the other thing I wanted it for. Now, diamond seeds, again, they're way off there in the distance. Like, getting this stuff is a pain in the butt. So I'm going to need to come up with some other way of getting diamonds, but we'll talk about that a bit later. Anyways, so I can't make the laser drill this episode. But let's get on to the things that we can do. The atomic reconstructor. So, atomic reconstructor, black quartz. I showed you how to make that. Actually, I made it in another episode before. Smoky black quartz. It's made like that, and you cook it. So we get iron casings that way. Take our iron casing, stick it in the center of that. Standard recipe. And we've got our atomic reconstructor. And I'll make a birch button because that shows up a little better than the other buttons. And we'll come over here and we'll toss down our atomic reconstructor. We'll take a redstone torch, we'll tick it off like that, and we'll toss a button on top of it. We'll take a stack of this. Standing back far enough? I hope so. Hit it. Not in time. Okay. There we go. We got the Inori crystals. Let's, where's my food? I moved everything. Let's just put it over here. There. I hit sort by accident in there. All right, so then we take our Inori crystals. We're going to need to make 2 blocks. What we're trying to do now is make a fluid placer. Place those 2 there with iron casing, which is, well, actually we already made one of those before. And then we get the actual casings from that. And we combine that with the quartz glass. You can use either type of crushed quartz that we're getting from sieving. And then we put that around in a circle like that. We get 2 Certus quartz tanks. And then one of the, whoops, wrong spot. One of those. And we've got ourselves a fluid placer. All right, so let's go deal with our pig slime fluid. Well, just in case I fall in or something, we'll turn that off. Turn that off. Oh, I forgot. I meant to do this before the episode. We'll take that off. Take those out. And they both got sucked up, didn't they? Because after I said that I trashed all of these and I was still waiting for that one to empty out. I'd forgotten it. So we'll trash that. Come over here. Turn that on. I'll need this. And let's go up here. Do I have... Oh, no, I don't have everything I need. I forgot some stuff. I need my chisel. This little chisel here. And we can get rid of some of this stuff actually. And let's grab a piece of wool, I think. That's nice and white and shows up easy for you to see it. Okay, we'll come over here. Now we're going to be putting it in the corner, which the corner means it's going to be going there. So okay, so we're going to need to take our piece of white wool here, and then we're going to take this. Oh, that's set to plane. I use planes for the chicken. So we hold shift, turn the wheel, line, single bit. We want 1, 2, 3 of these, I think it is. Okay, so the fluid is going to sit one in this corner here. Then one up there somewhere. I got to come down a little lower here. Well, actually, we can do it against the wall. That's fine. That's fine. So basically what will happen is the fluid will be in this particular space right here, and it can't go anywhere from there. So now we got to place this guy, and we want him facing in. Good, got it first try. All right. Now I need a fluid transfer node. And we're going to be, we got to do a control when we do this. Can we reach that? Yeah, we can. Oh. Control, not shift. There we go. And then we're going to take this and stick it on there. And see how it made a nice little thing of pink slime sitting up there in the corner like that? Now we can turn on our switches. And the mobs are all going again. And eventually that pink slime is going to turn into a pink slime and drop down, and we'll go from there. Reason I wanted to deliberately put it in there is I've got Fortune 10 on that thing. So when it kills it, it'll get lots of pink slimes from it. And let's do some other stuff in the meantime. So for wireless power, we'll make a wireless RF battery. I showed you how to make stone burnt already. Get that off our bar. And these are the transmitters. I know they sound like they should be receivers, but no, they're called transmitters because they transmit wirelessly to machines. So I think I'm going to place the other thing there, so I'll place it over here. So now it's getting power. And let's say we wanted to power something like this guy here, who it's full of power right now, but he only takes like 40 RF per tick or something. So we just stick one of these on here, and it would automatically power that thing from there. I would have expected little lines to show up, but maybe because it's full, that didn't bother. That might be why. Unless I forgot to do something. All right, so those are taken care of. I gotta remember to get some of that off my bar. All right, so the next thing we're doing is we're going to be making a new set of power for the that wireless power. So the Specter Injector, Specter Coils, and Specter Charger. So beacon, using our first nether star here. That's obsidian. I did automate my obsidian, by the way. And I made a bunch of Specter ingots already, but I wanted to show you the recipe. And we'll make one of these. And notice it used a diamond for 4 of these string. And I've already made those. Actually, this I need. Those I don't. And so the plate goes there and the beacon goes there. And we get our Specter energy injector that way. We come over here and we will put our Specter energy injector right there. So it's touching 2 wires. That's why I'm placing it here. It means you can get it from 2 different directions. And you see it's filling up with power really quick. And then do something with that power. So Specter Charger, this so that we can power things in our inventory. So fairly cheap recipe. Once you get the Spectre stuff. The other one did 1,000. This does 4,000. I'll upgrade it once more. Now it can handle 20,000 RF a tick. But I might as well, because all this stuff is cheap to me, even the stabilized pearls. I got lots of ender pearls now. Non-issue. All right, and so we shift right down. Notice this has no power in it right now. We shift right click. And this thing's charging up. And it's fully charged now. And that's how we can keep all our stuff charged up. Don't need batteries on us or anything like that. Now for machines, these can transfer, this one can transfer 1,024. We can upgrade that and make it 4,000. Notice each of these strings cost me a diamond, right? So that's why I'm not making a whole bunch of high-end ones right away. And this can do 20,000. So we can handle all sorts of energy that way. All wirelessly. Let's finish this off. So we should have some pink slime. We got lots of pink slime. I need 1, and we'll put those. Go. And then I need 1 in here, and these guys are backwards. Yep. Material Stonework Factory. Now I'm not going to place this for right now because I want to decide what I'm going to be doing. I went and used up a whole pile of diamonds making stuff. And I need a way of generating diamonds long before I get to a laser drill or something else. Another good one would have been the quantum quarry, which isn't that hard to get to. Does involve another star. But I've got to take this and travel through all those different biomes, which isn't that tough. But when I read the config on it, it looks like it's taking 20,000 RF per block. I don't know if that's correct or not. That's the way I read it. Seems like an awful lot of power for every block it generates. So I think I'm going to look for something different. Now I was planning on doing it through this, but I need so many diamonds and you just don't get that many. Like from per stack, you're only getting maybe a couple of diamonds per stack of gravel. So I got to go through an awful lot of stacks of gravel if I want stacks of diamonds, which is what I need. So one of the pains of doing it this way is I've got to empty out my inventory every 4 stacks of gravel, and then sorting it and everything. But I could come up with an automated way of sorting it. I don't mind doing it. It's that I got to keep emptying out my inventory all the time. So I could come up with a whole automated sifting operation that sorts it too and do it that way. I could even take it a step further and have it auto-processed or whatever. But I don't want to build up a whole pile of stuff that I don't need. And also, if I stick just on gravel, I'm not getting the electrotine that I need for some things, which comes from sand or redstone or glowstone or things. I'm getting a lot of glowstone over there now, so not so big an issue. Yeah, 47 stacks of it, so not an issue. The other option is to go with, I did show you that seeds, not really an option, way too far off in the distance for diamond seeds. So I'm really thinking of doing another Lens of the Miner operation. But you let me know in the comments, what way would you like me to see me do it? Come up with a way, semi-manual, with maybe some automated sorting and things, or an automated sifting method, or a one of Lens of the Miner, or come up with a really good power supply, maybe solars or something like that this time out. Mind you, I'm trying to avoid solars until I get to RF tools and the RF tool crafter. But or it's something that can produce enough power for it, but for the quantum. But I'm leaning towards doing another Lens of the Miner. But you let me know in the comments what you want to see me do this time. All right, getting back to it. So next up, we need to make Dawnstone. The reason we need to make Dawnstone is to make even a simple alloy smelter. This stuff here takes Dawnstone to make it. So we're going to do it as, now Dawnstone, you can get Dawnstone a couple of different ways. For instance, the fluid, we can get that by alloying just some gold and some copper together. And I took like 32 of each, stuck them in there, and made myself a bunch of Dawnstone. Then, but the problem with that is there's no, you can't pour it into an ingot mold. The only way you can get it is either using the Embers method or an ingot former from Nuclear Craft. Well, the ingot former takes boron and all the rest of that stuff. So we're going to do it as a half smeltery, half embers method, which should be a little different than I've seen anybody else do it so far. So first thing we need is an Embers Activator. Simple. That's copper. And then a stamper base, copper, silver. These bricks are just that stuff, which is made like that. I showed you that before, actually. The stamper. The fluid tank is easy. That stuff, iron. And a raw stamp bar. We'll take that and we will stick it in here and we will cook it so it's not raw anymore. We'll make an Embers Emitter. Actually, the emitters you'll need, no, you need one emitter. But you need a lot of these if you're not doing it my method. I only need one. electrotine. The plates, they're easy. And a hammer, that's just lead and iron. Ooh, and this is wrong. I know that. We need a... I forgot to correct that. An iron plate. One of these plates, not that plate. Not an iron trap door. That makes a different type of bin. That makes the soot one. And that. Okay, let's empty out some of the stuff from my inventory here. Things that we don't need right now. Keep the rest of that stuff for... Oh, don't need that right now. And we'll come over here. Now, so I put my Dawnstone into this barrel the way I did that minor thing. Everybody knows how to do this, but I'll show it to you anyways. I took and put a one of these seared drains on the bottom here. Notice on the bottom of the wall, not the bottom of this. Bottom of the wall, and I put a lever beside it. So I left this as high, and I turn it on. The fluid can go in, fluid goes up and into that drum upstairs. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to first take a... Well, I've already put the flat transfer node in place, haven't I? Yes, I have. We're going to take our bin, and I'm going to have it auto feed into that, because you can't really... You can't place the stamp base on top of the crate directly. It won't put the stuff in it, but it will put it in one of their bins. And you can't really open up their bin, and I couldn't reach it if it was in the ground, so I'm placing it into this that way. Then what we'll do is we'll take our stamp base and we'll put it on top of the bin, and we will take a fluid duct, put it there. I don't know if I couldn't have used a flat transfer node. Probably could have. It probably would have been fast enough, but I just wasn't sure whether I needed speed or not. So we'll do it that way. Then we need to take and put some sort of a block here just for now. And then put the stamper on top. Then we'll break this, because that doesn't need to be there. Notice it's already filled up with Dawnstone in there. And then, oh, I know what we didn't bring with us. We need our stamp. And we put that on the bottom of the stamper. So far, so good. Now, we're going to be pulling out of this. So we're going to toss down that there. And we're going to put our activator there. Now, we need to take and put our receptor to receive power from the activator there. And our emitter to emit power from the activator. Now, everything in this mod needs levers, like the emitter, their pipes, everything, power on a lever. All right, and then we need to take their little hammer, and we shift right click that, hear the sound it made, and then just right click this, no shift this time. And that has connected it so that that emitter will now receive power from that. And I've used everything? Yes, I have. So let's try 4 of these to start and see how many we get. And that's making its power, and it's stamping, and stuff's coming down into here. And it's off to the races. Now we'll see how many ingots 4 of those can handle. In the meantime,
I can't go onto that row because we're waiting for stuff. We'll get onto this row. So I'd stopped at the iron one because I didn't want to waste the diamonds. But I do need to get to the deep dark if I want boron. So like the other way was the laser drill or the deep dark or the mining dimension. Well, the deep dark seems to be about the easiest to get to. What I'm not sure of, and I'd like to try myself, is whether you can get boron from the Lost Cities dimension. But Lost Cities is now tougher. You need... what was it again? Not that tough, though. You need crystals. Lava crystals. Lava crystals. Instead of diamonds under the... what is it? Block of lava crystal. So that's the ore. So you need to make one. I guess the block. No, maybe it's. Yeah, I think that block of lava crystal. I think that's what you need. Underneath 2 of those underneath the bed to get to the Lost Cities. Well, to do that, I think you get these from Landia. So we might try that and see how that works. But let me know, have you ever gotten boron from the Lost Cities dimension? Let me know in the comments. All right. Cobblestone generator tier 2. So this is really obvious stuff. I don't need to explain to. And so for this, put that there. Oh, and the lava wood was showing the recipe up there. It is just as simple as lava on wood in one of those. And then that gives us the this one. So it now does 1 cobblestone every tick instead of every 20 ticks or whatever we had with the iron one. Okay, this thing seems like it's finished what it was doing, and it did 20 of them with 4. Now there's still plenty of fluid in this. So that's how many we get with 4 of them. It's enough to do 20. And we need... No, we don't need 9 of those, actually. I miscounted. We need 7 of those. There's only 1 here. There's supposed to be 3. Oops. I forgot. 2 of those. And so we need... What is it that goes with this? That goes there, and I'm totally forgetting. What are we making? We're making... this. Okay, actually, in case I went through that too fast, this is the red alloy ingots, which are that. Okay, we need 3 simple machine chassis. We need that just aluminum, terracotta, which is cooked clay. Two of those there, and 2 like that. Gives us 2 simple powered furnaces. That's iron plates, and you know how to make those. What did I... Oh, 1 more of those. Then we need one of those there. Those two there. That goes in the center. Those across the top. And we've got the simple alloy furnace. And now we can start making the other conduits and stuff, now that we've got that. All right. So, something else I wanted to ask you about is books. What books should I be keeping? I've got like there, and those are all unique books, right? And there's even extras that I don't have room for at this point. So, I know that I want to keep things like Protection 4, Soulbound from Ender.io, Unbreaking 3, Featherfall 4, maybe Respiration, I'm not sure that I care, Night Vision, Sea Fortune, Silk Touch, Sharpness, maybe Reaper, maybe some of the bow stuff. But especially the weirder books that I might not know what they do or how they work, what are you keeping for books? What books am I going to find useful, especially later on that I haven't thought of? Because I'm going to start trashing most of the books I get and just keep certain ones and go from there. But in general, let me know whether you think you liked this method of getting Dawnstone Ingots. Did you find it easier to follow than doing it the straight Embers method? I don't know that it makes much difference because you need to make the other Embers stuff for things later on anyways. This is just to get the ingots right away. But I thought it looked like it might be slightly easier to do it like this. But let me know in the comments what you think of it, whether you liked it or not. Well, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Go out there and have some fun. Thanks.